But Joost, I want to ask you something too, because this is something I think a lot of people are really going to want to know. And you may have answered this, like I said, in other streams, so my apologies if so. But I've seen the Jazz Inc. Vulture figure from Spider-Man Homecoming, right? And I've heard a lot of really good things about that figure. I mean, I've talked to Justin about it, and I know one of my friends, Riley Reviews, he has seen it, and I think Nick's Collectibles has it too. Like there's a lot of guys who have that Vulture figure who really rave about it and talk about how good it is. So I think that's one, Joost, that I think people really want to know. Do you have more plans to produce one more 1/6 scale figures? Because I think people are pretty excited about that.
Yeah, what I can say is absolutely. Yeah, because if you're used to doing dioramas and figures, and vehicles, I'm sorry, then figures are easier. Okay. So even the Vulture, which was quite a complex figure, with the exoskeleton, with the wings and the huge wingspan, that was an easier product and project than, say, the 2022 Batmobile, or the 1966 is even more complicated, right?
Yeah.
So, and we already have this list with suppliers, like a little supply chain setup that is separate, and so it doesn't interfere with the other products and the projects, which means that it's just a logical next step. And like with the dioramas and the figures, what we really want to do is make what the community is asking for that is not yet being delivered, right? And so I can imagine with figures, because we are such a lean organization and we do everything in-house, right? So we have anything from design and prototyping until production out. We don't own a factory or anything, because that would be much too expensive. So we use suppliers for that. But and then we do also we sell exclusively through the website, so we don't have to pay distributors. There's no margins that we need to do for retail, and so that whole construction where we have the entire supply, the entire column, let's say from development and prototyping to sales and after sales and anything in between. And that means and we don't need huge margins. Okay. So we can do a lot lower volume. That's basically the most important part of that message, right? And so where a normal company would need to make thousands and tens of thousands to make it viable, we can do it with a few hundred, right? We've even done products and projects where it's a few dozen. So, yeah, worldwide. So it's much more limited edition, and therefore we can do stuff that wouldn't be interesting to big companies like Hot Toys, where and I wouldn't get in the way of Hot Toys if I were to do like for 1966. We haven't had any official villains. We haven't had a Batgirl or Alfred. Same for 1989. 1989 Alfred is something that came in the group last week, and I'm like, yeah, dude, why didn't I think of that? Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman. The for 2022 we could do the Catwoman, we could do the Riddler, we could do Inspector Gordon, right?
That would make a lot of people very excited, Joost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can focus much more on that secondary tier of figures, where that's not the main characters, where it's not the big shows, but something like that is definitely interesting. And so Warner Brothers has bumped us up to a gold tier partner last year, and with the results and with the quality of the stuff that we've been doing, and that allows us to start renegotiating the contract to get additional stuff, right? And so figures was at the top of that list, basically.